It's not that any one of us is claiming to be an expert on predators or anything of that nature. What strikes us funny about this situation, as we've come across before in some other sheep and cattle and animal mutilations, we've got several animals going down with horrific wounds and no blood. No blood whatsoever on the ground. When looking at all the usual suspects, bear, coyotes, cats, bobcats, cougars, none of this makes sense. None of it. There's two parts to the investigation. The first part, Brenda arrived on scene fairly early in the morning. All the still pictures you see were taken by her. She also went to the location where the animals were disposed of and got photos of them there. I arrive on the scene later and I do the video, and you'll see the investigation as follows.
I didn't have a choice with that one.
First thing this morning, how many dead were there?
They weren't dead, they were wounded. We thought they were dead because they were just laying real still when we came out. This was like at 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning? Yeah, my little brother lives over there. I called them, then we both met out here. That's when we found those little puppies. She probably showed you. I mean, these puppies were this small. No way in the world they could throw down a $300 or $400 pound sheep. Like that.
300-pound ram's kind of hard to mess with.
And these other sheep were as big as these are now. The one that died right here and the one I had to shoot. There was another black one, I had to shoot that one.
Okay, so one of them died here?
Yeah. Well, see, the wind was blowing. It was like all the dirt was pushed to the side, and you can see like they were saying a button pressing.
Like somebody
sat there and they were holding that sheep. Because this is where we found that sheep with the one that had the puncture wound in the neck and on the side.
Okay, how many of them had puncture wounds to the neck?
Just this one, and the ram had, it looked like it sliced open the stomach. Then it got to the back legs too when these guys flipped it over after I showed them where I took it. And there was markings on underneath the arms of that ram. Yeah. Like probably the both front and back leg. It looked like it squashed it or something, but it was big old bruise mark. Do you see that?
Brenda was saying too, when you turn the ram over, it's like a big slice in his side.
Yeah. That's how it was laying. That's when it was laying like this on its stomach. We could tell it sliced it because it was a dog. It sliced it. Then when I was looking at it from my view, looking at it like that, I could see the liver and the gut hanging out. It wasn't busted. The shit didn't come out. It was still in full contact. Yeah.
All this carnage, we have no blood, not a drop.
Not a drop.
Not a drop of blood.
Nothing.
And
like I'm saying, with the puncture wound like that, them hitting it, blood should have squirted out.
That one
should have had blood squash all over my head.
The picture of the one that's already gone, I saw a picture where he got hit right on the jugular vein. He should have bled out like a stuck pig out here. Okay.
Like these, the door is sliced open. The goat had all its intestines laying on its side, and the intestines, they were still full of shit. It wasn't damaged or nothing.
Well, predators too, when they get the guts out, they're going to go after the guts right away.
Yeah,
that's the quickest, easiest thing.
Yeah, wild dogs will do that too. But I go, this wasn't done by a dog. And the ram must have been hitting it, then it got drugged to where we found it, where I found it.
Did the goat die too?
Yes, all of them died.
Okay. And what kind of injuries did the goat have?
That's the one that had the guts all hanging out of it. Yeah.
Then there's no blood.
There's no blood.
No blood, nothing.
Not. I mean, I'm freaking out about this one and the ram. It should have had like a pool of blood underneath of it.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
Especially when we get a jugular hit with something, you should have a lot of blood.
That way, where that pile of hay is, the head was faced that way. With the arm, it was stretched forward in front of it, and the head between its arms. The back leg was behind it. It was completely on its stomach.
You got pictures of that too, right?
Yes.
Like it was like ready to run off or something.
Or something jumped on it, and because the face, the expression on the ram's face, the eyes were real big, and it looked like it was crying when they stuffed it in that manure.
Yeah, it's like whatever was on top of the ram shoved his head down into the ground, and it must have drug it back this way.
You said that ram weighed 300 or 400 pounds?
It's a big.
Yeah.
She's seen how big.
It's a big ram.
It's a big ram.
It's
It has two big old horns, and it's mean too.
Yeah.
So something laid down here, was that before the kill or when? When was this?
I think that was Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. You said you found something that looked like human hair?
That was on this fence, but it blew off.
It blew off, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the hairs Brenda has are very interesting. I'll be interested
but
to find
this
out.
was human hair. You could tell the course of the hair.
What color was it?
White.
White?
It was pure white.
Okay. Scratch marks. Those are some long scratch marks.
Yes.
And a dog doesn't do scratch marks quite like that.
Here's hair. Right here. This is where I pulled some of the hair.
Okay, so we got a bunch of this here already.
Yeah, we got some of those. And the black one that was right along with it too. Now what's weird they were telling me was that, you see how clean this barbed wire is?
Yeah.
If you look on this one, it's like some kind of, I don't know, grease or whatever is along throughout this whole bottom barbed wire.
That's kind of weird.
Because they said that it was never like that. It was usually like this, clean. So.
See, the thing is, the way I'm seeing this, whatever left the horseshoe prints is on two legs.
Yeah.
It's bipedal. Okay, that one's ripped up in the back?
Yeah, from behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this one's got a rip over here, doesn't he?
Yes.
Poor guy.
Yes.
All right. Hate to bother him. This guy's tore up pretty bad, too.
Yeah, the black one.
Come here, buddy. We're not going to hurt him. You've been through enough.
No, look at his head.
There he is.
Look at his head.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
It's like it's
Somebody tried to tear his leg off.
Yeah.
Okay. Now somebody's bleeding over here.
Yeah. I think it's rubbing up.
Is it rubbing up off of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rip. And that's not a bite mark.
No.
That's a tear. There are, yeah.
These pictures are the on-location pictures where the animals are being disposed of. The sheep was found in the corral with a single wound to his neck. Nothing else was tore up on this particular sheep. And he was drained of blood. No blood whatsoever in him. If we look closely at this particular wound, it appears that the claw on the top, if you see the top portion of the wound, it looks like the first claw hit there and pulled down and then pulled off the sheep wool. As you heard the witness say, the guts, intestines were still intact. It's been our experience, especially of the canine variety, when they attack an animal, one of the first things they do is go after the soft intestines. This particular sheep had a circle pattern of hide torn off in addition to other injuries. At this point, we can't rule anything out. Brenda found some tracks that we're very familiar with of a hairy hominid variety.